So let's start with the one you're excited for.
Hell yeah, Splatoon! Let's go! So Splatoon 3 was meant to launch this summer, so this is somewhat of a small delay, which will make sense given the other date for the other exclusive. But yeah, on Friday, Nintendo confirmed that Splatoon 3 will launch on September 9th.
9/9, which is cool.
Yeah. There was a new trailer, which just showed off more 4v4 gameplay, which, listen, I love Splatoon. I'm looking at 3, and I'm not seeing, like, massive changes from the Splatoon formula, which I'm pretty okay with because I just love playing the multiplayer fairly, like, casually.
Yep.
I guess if some people have been playing Splatoon 2 for years now, wanting something a bit more different, then yeah, I don't know. But I'm keen to see because, like, the second one also had a campaign mode, a story mode, which was actually pretty cool. It reminded me a lot of Portal because it was like puzzle campaign levels.
Okay.
And this third one is going to have a campaign as well. So I'm keen to see how they've kind of iterated on that. Actually, it says here, according to Eurogame, in the single player mode, you'll fight the Octarians and discover the secrets of Alterna and the Fuzzy Ooze. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Sounds great.
Let's say that at a family dinner with a straight face.
Along with this news, Splatoon 2's campaign expansion, the Octo expansion, was added to the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack tier. So if by some miracle you actually haven't played that expansion yet, because it's been on sale so many times, you can now just play it ahead of this launch. So that's cool. Splatoon's fun.
I have not played Splatoon.
I cannot believe it because I think you will absolutely love this game.
I probably would, but it's one of those things that I don't know. I've just missed. I don't know why.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this footage now, and there's a grappling hook. That's new.
I mean,
I just see a player zipping between different points in the level. That is.
We all know.
Okay, this dude just spawned a spider tank. Okay,
nice.
Okay, there's some new shit in here. I'm down.
Grappling hooks make games at least 30% better. We know this. Like it's a fact. Oh my god, this is a dude in a spider tank.
The efficacy of how good the grappling hook is based on how early the game gives it to you.
Exactly.
So Horizon Forbidden West gets 10 out of 10 there because you get it in like the first 20 minutes.
So,
yeah.
Cool. So along with Splatoon 3 news, we also got a release date for, is it Xenoblade
Chronicles 3? Yeah, so this one was the one that got moved up. Okay. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was previously meant to launch in September. But I assume now because Splatoon was delayed, they were like, well, we got to shuffle things a little bit.
Yeah.
So it is now launching on July 29th. So almost a full 2 months early.
Yeah, I was a bit taken back because I remember, I mean, I didn't realize that the date had moved up, but I saw the release date as July somewhere on Twitter, and I was like, that's pretty early. I didn't realize it was so close.
Soon. Yeah. So yeah, this is takes place after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. According to Polygon here, in the third game, you play as new characters, Noah and Mio, who lead a team of adventurers from 2 rival nations. Cool.
Okay.
As far as I know, okay, so there's been Xenoblade Chronicles, which is where Shulk is from, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was on Wii U, which was like a very far-flung future version where there were like mechs and stuff. Then you got Chronicles 2, which was a direct sequel to Chronicles. And now 3 is a direct sequel to that.
Yeah, I think.
I've also heard that these games are huge.
They are
super long.
Humongous. Yeah. I mean, I played Xenoblade 1, was it last year or the year before? And yeah, it took me a long time to finish it. And that was me like mostly mainlining the game. The worlds are huge, and what blows my mind is that I think Xenoblade 1 was a Wii game. Holy hell, that game had some vistas and it was huge, but I remember reading up on it and I think it only ran at like 480p or something, which is like look good on the Switch. I mean, Xenoblade 3 looks real good. The initial launch trailer is like, damn, the Switch has some life left in it. Oh, there's me.
And would you oh my goodness. Would you say that like they very Final Fantasy-esque?
No. So it's very JRPG, obviously. The combat system, it's a thing of I don't know how it changed in X and 2, and I don't know how it's going to change in 3, but it's a thing of you essentially just have a whole lot of abilities that you cast.
Oh my God, sorry to interrupt, but that HUD is ridiculous.
I know, there's a lot going on,
there's
right?
so much happening on that screen. Holy shit.
No, I don't recall there being things like dodging or whatever. It's literally just you spamming spells or abilities. So I don't know how they've evolved that. And it's still good fun. Like, I had a good time with number one. So
okay,
yeah,
it's that series that I've always been meaning to get to, but then again, it's just so much.
Yeah,
there's just so much. Like, will I be able to play the first two before the third one? Never, probably.
No,
you know,
you still have to play Elden Ring. I mean, that's gonna.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah, exactly. So that's cool. Those two games getting. It's like Nintendo's 2022 is kind of taking shape. So that's great. Now we just need to wait for Bayonetta release date. That's all I want.
No Breath of the Wild this year, but that's fine.
It's fine. If we get Bayonetta 3, then I'll be happy. It's okay.
It'll be all good. Yeah. Other news you'll have
talking about sequels. This happened, I think, on Thursday, because there's PAX East happening at the moment. So 2K had a sort of little press thing there, whatever.
Bam, you're talking about this.
Which was super weird. We had Randy Pitchford playing the Borderlands board game with giant dice, and he looked like he was on a pound of cocaine. It was really something.
Oh my God.
But yeah, by the end of it, they announced a sequel to Tales from the Borderlands, which is releasing this year.
What?
Yeah, featuring all new story and characters. So what's interesting about this is that it was in development at Telltale before they shut down. And now Telltale is back, obviously new teams or whatever, and they're the ones who are doing The Wolf Among Us 2.
Yes.
They are not doing this game. This is completely in-house at Gearbox.
Gearbox, okay.
Which is interesting.
It's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, obviously Gearbox owns the Borderlands franchise, but how are they at narrative focused games, adventure games?
Yeah.
Don't know. I mean, did you play Tales from the Borderlands?
I did. It was, a lot of people say it's the best Borderlands thing you can play, and I would agree.
I mean, really?
The story is very good.
The story, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Story definitely was very good. So
it's much better than anything Gearbox has written, which makes me curious about this. You know what
Listen,
I mean?
Borderlands 2 was cool. I liked Handsome Jack. It was a good time.
True.
But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this turns out. Where's it set? Will it be any good? Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure. Listen, Borderlands 3 and the recent Tiny Tina's Wonderlands have not had the best track record for their writing, so I'm not holding my breath. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Cool. So that's coming this year.
That's coming. What else should we? Oh, let's talk about Sega here. So listen, I'm going to be super stoked by this news either way. But Sega is reportedly working on big budget reboots of both Crazy Taxi and one of my favorite games of all time, Jet Set Radio.
Nice.
Which at the surface is like, fuck yeah, finally, more Jet Set Radio. Jet Set Radio Future came out 2 decades ago now. So I'm super stoked. But when you start reading more into the report, Sega named Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi as examples of past IP that it wants to utilize in reboots, remasters, and remakes, but for cross-platform, free-to-play, live service type games.
What?
So like Fortnite. And I'm just like,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just like,
it's funny because I've never played Jet Set Radio. Just gonna put that out there. But Crazy Taxi is a weird one because I can kind of see. Look, not that I want it to be a free-to-play game, but I can kind of see it getting that sort of treatment because ultimately you're just driving people from A to B across different locales. But still, it's a bit strange.
I do not understand how this format works for Jet Set Radio because Jet Set Radio was essentially almost like a Tony Hawk game. You got put into these little hubs, and you had a bunch of spots around these hubs where you had to graffiti.
Yeah,
and the graffiti was you graffitiing over government propaganda. It was very sticker to the man type of style of game. But it was just like, find these cool routes through these levels, and you got to find some interesting lines to get up to certain points so you can graffiti them. And that's all it was. It was exploring these levels, and every now and then there were these like ridiculous boss fights in and around there. So I don't know how you turn that into like a Fortnite. Yeah. But like I said on Twitter, if this just means we get a new soundtrack for Jet Set Radio, I'm fucking all in. I don't even care. Because the composer is the same one who's done the Persona soundtracks.
Oh.
And Jet Set Radio future soundtrack is a banger. It is so fucking good. It's on Spotify and it is so good. Like, I listen to it to this day.
Good Lord.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Things you love to see. Cool. Well, it's good and weird news. I guess we'll
quite
see.
Weird. Yeah, I think Sega's in a weird position at the moment. They're like, they have all the success with Sonic that they didn't expect, and they're like, "Oh, what do we do now?" Like,
that is hilarious. They're like, "Oh my god, okay, green light the Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi movie ASAP."
Good Lord. Well, speaking about movies, we got news on 2 video game movies.
Oh my god.
This week. One that we know has been in development for a long time, the Minecraft movie, which originally was being helmed by the creative minds behind It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Mythic Quest, Rod McElhenney. Yeah. They were previously attached to the movie and named in that role, but now it's like being helmed by someone else completely. And it will reportedly star Jason Momoa of Aquaman and Dune fame. So
I don't know how I feel about this trend of Hollywood. I suppose it's a mix, right, of these big Hollywood stars being roped in to these game adaptations. It's so weird to me. Like there really is this trend of just big names being linked to these movie tie-ins.
What's strange is that according to Polygon here, in 2019, Minecraft developer Mojang said the movie will center on a teenage girl and her unlikely group of adventurers. But then also in 2016, Steve Carell was reportedly tapped to star in the film. So who the fuck knows what's going on with this film? Yeah.
Hilarious.
It doesn't have a release date. Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite, has signed as the new director for the movie. So I want to see blocky Jason Momoa. That's all
I want to see of this movie is what will it look like? Like, is it going to be an animation or is it going to be a live action Minecraft where they're like?
I bet it's going to be one of those which starts live action and then turns into animation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In other video game movie news, I guess now that the industry has kind of figured out that video game movies can be good, another one of Sega's properties is being turned into a film, Streets of Rage. A Streets of Rage movie adaptation is in the work, and it's coming from the John Wick franchise creator Derek Kolstad, according to a report from Deadline. So,
I mean,
he apparently wrote the script, and the movie will be produced by the same company that produced Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's interesting because okay, I don't know what sort of Streets of Rage is, but it's a thing of you're literally making an action beat 'em up movie, and you just need like a big name to tie to it.
It's
okay.
I mean, if you've got the writer of John Wick behind it, maybe you get the choreographers, the action choreographers, and you get a very good like action movie. But I don't know what you do in terms of story there. Like,
no idea.
Dudes punching each other in the face. Like, I don't fucking know what that is.
I don't know. So. This trend. Look, I love video game. I love that video game movies are become a thing because, like, who doesn't want to see their favorite game turn into a movie? But I do worry that we are going to get this influx of bad adaptions, which, historically speaking, there are far more bad game movies than there are good ones. So, I don't know. It's a thing of I almost expect there to be a flood of these movies, and eventually they do bad, and people go like, "Oh, there's no money in this." It's just like Sonic is an anomaly where it's actually doing very well. All eyes on that Mario movie. I don't know what that's going to turn out to be like.
Yeah, I'm super curious.
Yeah.
Mario movie is going to be weird, I think, to be
Super
honest.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then last pieces of news.
Yeah.
Which one do you want
Last two
first?
pieces. Halo Infinite's Battle Royale like mode has been revealed finally.
Hallelujah.
So, Halo Infinite kind of like launched with a big bang and has kind of like fizzled out since this first season has taken literally
It's been
6
too
months
long,
to conclude. Way too long. So the second season, which is long overdue, is launching on May 3rd, and with it comes 3 new game modes. So the first is a game mode called Last Spartan Standing, where 12 players spawn onto a big team battle map with confined loadouts and 5 respawns. And the idea is to just be the last person standing there. Apparently, there's a sort of like gun game style twist to it where you upgrade to different weapons with each kill. So it encourages you to not just camp and to kind of like go out and kill enemies. But there's also rumors that they might be looking at a more traditionally styled battle royale mode. Certain Affinity and other Microsoft studios busy co-developing something with Halo.
100 Master Chiefs land on an island.
Drop onto a Halo.
Drop onto a Halo, sorry.
Yes. 100 Cortanas drop onto a Master Chief who then drop onto a Halo.
Oh my god, it's just a Halo Infiniteception.
The other 2 modes are King of the Hill, which is King of the Hill. And another mode called Land Grab, which features 3 neutral zones that players must capture to win. Which sounds very much like one that's already in there.
Yeah.
Other modes on the way for Season 2 include Ninja Slayer. Players get infinite ammo, energy swords, and grapple shot loadouts. That sounds fucking fun. Hell yeah. Vampire Ball, which is like the Skull Carrier is no longer nerfed. Oh, interesting. So you can run full speed and stuff. That's cool. And Rocket Repulsors. Infinite ammo rocket launchers and repulsor loadouts. That sounds like chaos. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe they'll give Halo Infinite a new wave of life, I guess.
I hope so, because I still desperately like Halo Infinite. I just need new content.
Yeah.
Like that's it, yeah. And then the last bit of news, there's currently some pre-alpha testing going on for Skate 4, as in this is actual pre-alpha. It looks like, white box levels and very, very early development work. So I don't think Skate 4 is out anytime soon. But some footage leaked from there, and it kind of revealed this sort of free skate mode where players will be able to collaboratively build skate parks together, which sounds pretty dope.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like they are working hard on getting the feel for this game right before moving forward, which I think is the right move. Like if you're going to be doing playtesting, the only thing you want players to do is kind of just move around in the world and see if that feels right. And once that feels right, then you can start fleshing out things from there,
Yeah.
It's sort of like the Celeste mantra. Like they did not move on until the jumping in Celeste felt perfect. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And we all know how that turned out. It was a good time.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 game.
Cool. That's all the gaming news.